This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
The Jason Walker Show, broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Here's Jason Walker.
Hey, happy Wednesday. The Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it is your vehicle, it is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Big show inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave today. We are talking hockey with Providence coach Jeff Heimel in about 20 minutes. We will talk to Capital girls coach Katie Garcin-Forba, get her thoughts on food recipes and more. Probably talk a little basketball too. Also, we'll hear from new MSU football coach Brent Vigen, who met with the media today. That's coming up in a couple of minutes. And my thoughts on the situation down at Rocky with the women's basketball team and head coach Wes Keller. Those thoughts in just a couple of minutes. But big show, like I said, on this day in history and much more. You can watch live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and listen live on Podbean, Network One Sports, Treasure State Radio, so much more. Go to jasonwalkershow.com for anything. Tweet at jwalkersports, email jason@jasonwalkershow.com. All right. So there is a new head football coach at Montana State. We told you Monday, Brent Vigen from Wyoming by way of North Dakota State has been named the 33rd coach in Montana State football history. He met with the media today, and here was his opening statement.
Well, I couldn't be more excited about this opportunity. I know there's going to be a more formal event on Monday to follow, but it was important to get with the media and be able to answer questions here, as soon as possible. But my family and I are thrilled about the opportunity for me to be a head coach, but for us to be at Montana State and move to Bozeman and enjoy this tremendous community. And I couldn't thank President Cruzado, Leon, the search committee, everybody involved with sharing with me their vision and ultimately coming to the conclusion to name me the head coach of this great football program at this fine institution. And this place it made a big impact on me when we came out here at North Dakota State in 2010. Just a tremendous support that this program has, the fan support, the growing enrollment here, the growth in Bozeman are all things that really excite me. Had a chance to meet with the players yesterday, and there's a real hungry group. A group that's been through a lot in the last 11 months, and they were the priority. I got right back up here to. I was here on Sunday, got right back up here yesterday because, getting with them and forging our path ahead as the 2021 Bobcats was mission one, and we're on track there and look forward to, the days, the weeks, the months ahead. So with that, we'll open up to questions, but like I said, couldn't be more happy to be here.
So that was MSU coach Brent Vigen, and the first question asked was about, I believe it was Ashley Washburn down at TV reporter, sports reporter down in Bozeman, but she said something about national championships, and which Vigen knows a lot about, having started the dynasty of North Dakota State. And here's his response to that.
Well, I think, to attain something, you got to be able to see it. And that's why I wanted to, spell that out day one. Now, are we going to talk about a national championship every day? I think that would be crazy. But as a starting point, to have that as a clear vision of something that you can't attain something unless you see it, unless it's there in your thoughts. we still got to work on a daily basis at getting better each day. Daily improvement is going to be the foundation of it, but having that as a clear vision is what I want our guys to see. And I know they've recently had some real success, playoff runs to the quarters and the semis, and progress for sure. This is not a situation that this is not a reclamation project by any stretch of the imagination. There's a lot of ability here. There's a hunger, and now it's about putting together the plan. So come 2021, we can put ourselves in the best position to reach those heights.
That is Brent Vigen, new Montana State football coach, meeting with the media today, and he'll have that formal introductory press conference later, or not press conference, but meeting with the public. But seems like a good dude, great hire. And Colton Poole yesterday said at Bozeman Daily Chronicle reporter, he thinks it's the best guy that MSU could have gotten. It'll be fun to watch, and we'll have Coach Vigen on the show here in the next week or so, confirmed. So there you go. All right. Jason Walker Show is brought to you in part by Auto Concepts, and Auto Concepts is your auto enhancement professionals here in Helena. And I got to tell you, remote starters are super nice to have right now, as cold as it has been. But think about the upcoming summer. Tinted windows. How about a lift kit just to look cool? Lots of great things. Bed rugs, the tonneau covers. You can get a radio put in too at Auto Concepts, a new radio, CD player, whatever. Do people used to use CDs? I have no idea. Get to Auto Concepts, see what they can do for you, the auto enhancement professionals here in Helena. All right. Jeff Heimel is going to join us, Providence coach, coming up in about 10 minutes. Katie Garcin-Forba in 30 minutes. But saw this yesterday. Last night this came out, that Rocky Mountain College head women's basketball coach Wes Keller is on administrative leave. Greg Rockach wrote the article, and sources told Rockach and 406mtsports.com, Keller, quote, placed on leave by Rocky officials after some players objected to what they perceive is an abrasive coaching style, end quote. An abrasive coaching style. I reached out to some folks, and look, I got to tell you what a joke this is. Wes Keller is a great coach. I've seen Wes Keller coach in person multiple times. I've seen him coach in practice, okay? Wes Keller is a great, great basketball coach. Is he vocal? Yeah. Coaches are. I was told by a source last night that some players have complained about not only the abrasive playing style, but, their playing time. Now, here's the thing. 5 or 6 players, and I'm told it's most of the starters. And again, this is coming from my source. Source says that a bunch of players of Rockies have opted not to play in support of Coach Keller. I give it up to those girls. The ones that are whining and complaining about an abrasive coaching style need to grow up. Seriously, you're in college. Now, I get this has been a tough year. COVID, delayed start to the season, no non-conference, and Rockies 1-7. Not to mention 8 games have been canceled. Now, 8 games canceled because of COVID. 2 games forfeited last week because of the situation. I'm being very nice here, as nice as I can. Wes Keller doesn't deserve this, okay? Most of the players don't deserve this because of a select handful who are complaining about an abrasive coaching style this is a coaching staff that may not be able to come back. It's going to be one of those. You've got infighting now in the locker room, right? Because you have players opting not to play in support of Coach Keller, and then you've got players whining because he's abrasive, he hurt my feelings. You're in college. I don't give a crap if he yells at you. Suck it up, Buttercup. Not one of those players that are whining could have played for Coach Keller's dad. We love Steve. Or any other coach in the Frontier if you can't handle a little criticism and abrasiveness. And I use the air quotes on abrasiveness because that's what we've been told. Now, go see if you could play for Gino Auriemma, who tells you exactly how it is. You could have not played for Bob Knight. You could have not played for Pat Summitt. This is this society, this day and age. Plain and simple. Me first, me first. You're not taking care. Oh, you hurt my feelings. Deal with it. This is why parents need to stay out of businesses, the business of coaching. And this is players being told their whole life, you're number one. You're the best. You deserve everything. Well, if you don't have the guts to go out and earn it and work for it and deal with a little adversity, then you don't deserve to suit up. I don't care what team it is. Wes Keller does not deserve the treatment that he is getting right now from players and from the administration down at Rocky. He's a hell of a coach. Let me ask those girls that are complaining about his abrasiveness. Let me ask you this question. Was it okay last year or the year before that he was a little abrasive coaching when you guys were winning? When the Battling Bears were winning 20-plus games for the last few years on average? When the Battling Bears were going to national tournaments on their own merits besides hosting? It wouldn't have mattered where the national tournament was the last 3 years. Rocky women would have been there. So was it okay that the abrasiveness was then because you were winning? Is that really what it's all about? But this is the everybody gets a participation trophy day and age. And we're seeing this across the country in a variety of forms. Wes Keller's abrasive coaching. Boo-hoo. You saw a president replaced and being impeached because he tweeted mean stuff sometimes. And I'm not comparing by any stretch of the means the situation at Rocky with what's going on in the country. But for the most part, that's the analogy. You get it, right? I mean, oh, you got your feelings hurt. Go to your safe space. I'm sure Rocky has a safe space. Go hang out there if you can't handle getting coached hard. Look, coaching's hard enough. Wes Keller doesn't need whiny little girls talking about his abrasiveness or parents telling the players what they want to hear. If Wes Keller is not retained as the Rocky coach after all of this, something's wrong. Wes Keller is a hell of a basketball coach. He's a better guy. I'm proud to call him a friend. And I'm not just sticking up for him because of that. I'm sticking up for Wes Keller because I'm from the old school mentality. You go to college, you chose to go to college and play for Wes Keller. Did you not see during recruiting trips how he coached? You played, if you're anything like any other school, you played open gyms with the players on Rocky while coaches were there. Did you not see it then? But again, does it go back to abrasive style was okay when you're winning. And when you're not complaining about playing time is my guess. Wes Keller deserves to be on the bench tonight when Rocky takes on MSU Billings in a doubleheader. Men and women. Those girls that are standing up for Wes Keller, I stand up for you. Figuratively, because I'm sitting down right now, but Wes Keller does not deserve this. He deserves a lot better from his own players. Those are just my thoughts. You can weigh in at Walker Sports on the Twitter and let us know what you think. You can email jason@jasonwalkershow.com. You can remain anonymous if you want. I don't care. You can call into the show, 209-1267. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk some hockey. College hockey. And a coach who has a lot of support from all of his players and administration. I'm so upset for Wes Keller, right? My heart aches for Wes right now. And the entire coaching community. What a crock. We'll be joined positivity. Is that a word? Positivity. Jeff Heimel will join us from the University of Providence when we come back. Jason Walker Show is presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it is your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center on Euclid in Helena. Right back. Jeff Heimel, Providence hockey coach, next. Jason Walker Show.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle, and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back. Jason Walker Show on a Wednesday. Still to come, Capital girls coach Katie Garcin-Forba will join us. We'll talk some food recipes, and maybe throw in some hoops as well. I mean, she is coaching the defending state champs, so we'll talk to her. But joining us now on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline is a fantastic coach. I feel like I'm supporting all coaches today because I am. But he is the successful coach at the University of Providence hockey team. His name is Jeff Heimel, and he joins us now here on the Jason Walker Show. Coach, how you doing?
Hey, Jason. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Good to hear from you again.
It's been about a year since we talked, and the last time you and I chatted here on the show, you guys were getting set to nationals. COVID hit, everything happened, and how have you spent the last 11 months?
Well, yeah, it's been interesting. I mean, it obviously started with some downtime coming out of all of the shutdowns and things like that. And, just been recruiting kind of for a while there, and just trying to enjoy things that you don't really get to do. I mean, the first 4 months of this year, especially, or of what would have been the start of our season, we're usually playing hockey. So I think just hanging out with the family, doing things that you don't really get to do. I was taking advantage of being in the season where I'm normally traveling and not, and so. Honestly, I've just been trying to catch up with my family, enjoy the time, and that's pretty much it.
I got to know your thoughts, though, last year when you got the word you guys weren't going to go to nationals for the first time. What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, it sucked. I don't even know how else to say it.
No, that's perfect.
I choose. I don't use that word a lot. There's no really good way to put it. I mean, we had worked really hard to be in that situation, and along with a lot of athletes and coaches and teams across the country. I mean, it's there's no really good way to look at it other than you try to come out of it, wondering how you can grow as an individual and as a team, and sort of just trying to internalize some of those things. But we were really good last year at that time, and the thing that no one probably knows is what those practices look like and those workouts look like leading up to that tournament. And we were excited to see what they were going to do. And so, moving out of it, obviously, we've kind of gotten past it and thankful that we're moving into a new chapter. But yeah, disappointing is really the only way to say a long answer, but.
Nope, that's perfect. Jeff Heimel joining us, the hockey coach at the University of Providence on the Jason Walker Show. Coach, when I saw you guys play last year, there was so much fun you could tell that the guys were having. Has that translated into this year, despite the late start and the not knowing, and finally you get on the ice, and how's that been?
Yeah, it has. I mean, the perspective has been important for us. I think wins and losses are great and important, and certainly we can talk about that here, and I'm sure you'll ask some questions soon just about the season and things like that. But I think the perspective coming in to being off for so long, I mean, everyone, obviously, I don't want to downplay COVID and things like that, but just what seems to get lost occasionally is the impact that this has had on those guys. And to see guys that haven't seen each other for a while and, come in to practice that first day after getting cleared, protocols and things like that. I mean, that was almost a tearful moment for us just because they love the sport, they love each other, they're a good group, and it has been really exciting, even despite some early adversity here to start the year. But they're resilient, and it's been fun to be a part of it regardless so far.
Jeff Heimel, our guest here, Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. I saw your quote, I think it was last week or the week before when the first rankings came out, and I think you guys were 12th in the country. That's a pretty good statement considering there hadn't been any hockey played. And you basically said that like it's a reflection of how we were good or how good we were last year and what the expectation is across the country for the Argos this year.
Yeah, for sure. And I think our strength is thankful thus far. I mean, I'm thankful that if you're going to start the season like that, you're losing a few games against teams that are ranked higher than you. So I think that helps as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with that, considering all things. You start slow. I think every team we've played so far this year has played the first half of the year. So when you've got teams that have 20 plus games under their belt, so I think if you said, hey, what's a good scenario for you, and someone threw that out there, hey, you're 12 and you start a little slow. Here's your record. I jump all over it. So I don't want to downplay being a little frustrated knowing that we can do better, but at the same time, you draw that up and say, hey, what about this? I think I'm taking that after a 10-month break, after a 10, 11-month break.
You are off to a little bit of a slow start this year, and that obviously, I mean, we know exactly why. But what's been the difference on the ice as opposed to all the mental aspect of COVID and all that stuff? Take all that away. Just what's going on the ice?
I think a general preparedness across the board. Obviously, I'll take responsibility for that. I think you come in expecting to play at a certain level, and then you reach in a bag and you try to pull it out, and it's just not quite there yet. And a lot of that is systems. A lot of that is conditioning. Some of that is just your playmaking. Like you reach and try to make a play, and that even guaranteeing a puck or getting a puck in the zone at the late stages of the game. And I think our consistency too. I mean, and then we've fallen asleep in these 30 to 3-minute stretches, and then we've gone and scored in 3-minute stretches, and so we're just kind of that 60-minute effort, that consistency across the board. It has shown flashes that's been really encouraging, but we need some more time in to get her going, and I think that's been the issue, is that consistency and overall preparedness as a group. So.
Jeff Heimel, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. You were supposed to play Mary this week, which is the top-ranked team in Division II, but you guys will play them towards the end of the year, which will be a little bit different than last year. But you got Williston coming up next at home, and I'm sure it's warmer on the ice than it actually is outside at this point, right?
Probably, yeah. I would assume, yeah. It depends on if they turn heat on and the ice question on, but it's definitely, you're probably right there.
Well, let me ask, before we talk about Williston next week, is it warmer outside or in Haynes Pavilion right now? Because that's a cold ice barn right there down in Bozeman.
It is. You know what? People tell us our rink is cold, and my response is always the same. Like, wait till we go to Bozeman. And so I agree with you wholeheartedly there.
Jeff Heimel, our guest here, Providence hockey coach up in Great Falls. All right, Williston, what can we expect next week on the ice?
Yeah, I mean, they're well coached. They always have been. John's done a great job for the program. They've got speed. I think we beat them a couple times in their building earlier in the season, but each game they put up probably 3-4 goals on us. And so I think, they have the ability to score. I think that their goaltending was okay. I think if they can tighten some of that up and we are not ready to go, I think we could find ourselves in a pretty close hockey game. So, they're definitely a team that, I mean, they're ranked 11th this year. So they got a good team, and I don't think there's really any easy games at this point this year.
The West region is known for being very tough in the Division II hockey here. We know how good Mary is. We know how good you guys can be coming off of the season last year. But how does it hurt not having a team like Montana State playing this year, or some of these other great teams from across the West region?
Yeah, I mean, I think on multiple fronts. I mean, for one, it's a really fun rival. They're well coached. They were ranked, I think, 4th in the West last year, 3rd or 4th. And then you look at the benefit financially of a travel partner that's 2.5 hours away. You're not staying in hotels. There's a big impact there of not playing them. And obviously optimists about their program in the future. Been having a lot of conversations with Dave over there about scheduling next year and things like that. And who knows? I mean, technically they're not out yet. I think we're starting to. I think whatever the decision is about their playing this year, probably we need to have them if they're going to get in the game. But it definitely has an impact. We're playing a lot of teams in the West. I think some of those teams haven't been hit as hard than say teams out east and things like that. So in one way, just being in the West is giving us an opportunity to play some competitive teams. But you don't have different teams on the schedule that you normally play, and I think we're going to pick up potentially Utah State soon. Their school, I think, approved, so we'll kind of bend out some of that right now. But yeah, I mean, we're thankful to be in the West, but at the same time, it's hard. I know Dave's disappointed too, but it's hard not to have those games.
Jeff Heimel, our guest on the Jason Walker Show. He coaches the hockey team at the University of Providence in Great Falls. With getting the delayed start, has that pushed like nationals and everything back this year too, or how is the postseason going to look? I know it's it's a little bit away, but
Yeah, great question, and a timely question because a lot of that was in limbo and has recently sort of been worked out. And so that the University of Mary actually bid for the national tournament this year and won. So it's going to be in Bismarck, April 15th to the 20th. So instead of doing the regional rankings like they did last year, that rankings you saw where we were 12th is actually a national ranking. So what they do is they rank teams, they take all the teams that are playing this year, they rank them nationally, and the top 16 auto-qualify race to national. They did away with the regional tournament this year, having to manage all the different sites and things like that with COVID, I think, was a concern. And we just have a national tournament in Bismarck for Division II, which honestly is great because it's 8 hours away, and certainly if we bid and go, it's a very, very possible situation for us to potentially get there if everything aligns.
Well, it's Bismarck, which is not exactly as cool as Frisco, Texas, but you do save money. It is, and I know all universities and colleges are all about saving money right now. Real quick, I wanted to ask you that too. Speaking of money, the support from Providence that you guys still get to play. I mean, this is cool. They didn't give up on you guys.
Yeah, we're forever thankful for that. I think if you look across the landscape of college athletics across the country, it's not it's a volatile field in that respect, in that a lot of schools had to make pretty tough decisions with some of their programs, and so just we're thankful. We're thankful that they've committed to our program, and that they've allowed us to operate financially and things like that. Even amidst all of the circumstances, definitely been something that could have gone a different direction for a number of different sports and schools and things like that. And so, yeah, I think again, perspective wise, obviously we want to win the whole thing, but I mean, we're just thankful that we're back on the ice.
Jeff Heimel are joining us, Jason Walker Show. Two final things. One, your thoughts on the Super Bowl halftime show.
I didn't watch it. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why I didn't watch it is I've gotten accustomed with my young children just shutting it off.
Okay.
We put the puppy bowl on at our house.
Nice.
With my 6 and 2-year-old. So Team Ruff won, I think, or something like that.
Well, it's probably a better game anyway.
That was my little weird halftime.
And then second thing, I'm still waiting for my sweater.
Oh, I know. Maybe all the COVID distractions. I couldn't make an excuse. I think I was getting ready to send it off there, and then, yeah. But yes, sir, we will be getting it and can display it all for everyone to see.
Well, yeah, because I'm going to be remodeling in the man cave, and so it'll have a great place as soon as I get it. So
perfect. I think I asked you this, but did you want light or dark? We talked about this.
Ooh, probably light because it's a dark wall.
Hey, you got to think about that stuff. Yeah.
You don't watch Super Bowl halftime show. You watch the Puppy Bowl, and you're an interior decorator too. I love it. Oh, you're gonna hip check me to the boards for that one next time I see you.
Oh yeah,
man. Hey, no, probably light then, yeah, because it'll against the dark wall.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Perfect. Hey, and my favorite number is 10, by the way. But
there you go.
Just throw that out there. Coach, I appreciate the time. I'm looking forward to chatting some more about Argo hockey and with the West region, and hopefully you guys heading back to nationals.
I hope so. It's definitely now a road ahead of us, but this break has been nice. We've had a chance to just kind of look at some tape and refocus a little bit. I think the guys need some rest. It's been good. Looking forward to getting back after next week.
All right, Coach. Good luck, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, thanks, Jason, as always.
Thanks, Coach. That is Jeff Heimel joining us on the Jason Walker Show, head coach of the University of Providence hockey team. They are great, and they're just a bunch of great kids, too. And I got the chance to call a couple of hockey games last year, and both for Montana State, but Providence played one of those times, and the hockey at the college level in Montana and then this West region of the ACHA, it's competitively awesome. I love it. And hopefully we'll get to see more Argo hockey soon and get the Bobcats back next year too. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, and you can still weigh in your thoughts on my thoughts on Wes Keller down at Rocky being placed on administrative leave for his abrasive coaching style. Some players can't handle it. I got a message from Jay that says you choose to go to college. You chose to go to college there and play for him. So suck it up. That's not Jay. I said the suck it up part, but it's true. Suck it up. A lot of people agreeing for the most part. But you can weigh in at Walker Sports. You can Facebook. You can tweet, like I said. Also email Jason at jasonwalkershow.com. You can call as well and text if you would so prefer. All right, we'll take a quick break. This segment brought to you by Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. When we return, we'll talk a little bit of hoops and a whole lot of food with Katie Garcin-Forba next on The Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Ruckers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Ruckers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show. On this day in history still to come. A couple of pictures we're going to show you too. So remember yesterday we were talking about the lady that was going to sue Gorilla Glue because she put spray adhesive in her hair as hairspray. Gorilla Glue came out with a statement that said that, you know, sorry, but it's just funny. It's just funny. Now, people all over social media, of course, are great. And if you've seen the movie Something About Mary, you'll understand this picture with Cameron Diaz. Oh, goodness. That's too good. That's too good. That's from Something About Mary, Cameron Diaz. Gorilla Glue. Oh, gosh. Fun stuff. All right. Let's see here. We're going to talk about on this day in history. Got another great picture to show you coming up as well. Still, you can weigh in on my thoughts on Wes Keller being placed on administrative leave down at Rocky and how much of a joke I think it is because some girls couldn't handle his quote-unquote abrasive coaching style. You're adults. Or at least try to act like it. Okay, you've got the age. Try to act like an adult. Deal with an abrasive coach. Did he hurt your feelings? Too bad. And I'd say this if it was a guy. I don't guys team too. I will defend coaches unless it's not warranted. But this case, it is absolutely warranted to defend Wes Keller. Absolutely. You got most of the team sitting out because they support coach. What does that say? So you got a few girls that can't handle getting yelled at. Well, play better. Practice harder. I'll stick up for the coach any day. Speaking of coaches, there's a couple of great ones here in Helena. Well, there's a bunch of great ones here in Helena and across the state, but one I enjoy talking to all of them. But we've gotten onto this food kick recently, and desserts, and she still hasn't been delivered any desserts by her teammates or by her team. She is the defending co-state champ in the AA. Her name is Katie Garcin-Forba. We're going to talk about the win over Helena High on Monday night. Plus, who's got better ribs, her husband or me? Let's find out now as Katie Garcin-Forba joins us on the Jason Walker Show. All right, Coach, I appreciate you joining us. It's a long grind of a season. It's going to get even longer because you're going to have a whole bunch of games in a short amount of time. But take me through Monday. What a good win for you guys in Crosstown.
Yeah, I thought the girls came really mentally ready. And you never know with a Monday night game and Crosstown, it's obviously such a different experience this year. Like the crowd, student section, we had the cheerleaders there, which definitely helped, but it was just it's just not a crosstown environment. I thought that we played some of our best basketball on the offensive end of things, just really moved the ball well, read the defense really well, and I thought that Danny just had a game for herself. She read what they were looking to do, and she just kind of picked them apart on the offensive end, which was really cool to see.
Coach Dudek was on yesterday, and he said that, he goes, when Danny's hitting shots from where she was, it's going to be a long night, basically.
Yeah, the first screen, they went underneath it, which, Danny, you give her that mid-range jumper, that's her shot. She came off of it, hit the first one, and I looked at my coaching staff, and I said, well, that's a good sign. When she starts feeling it, she gets into a rhythm, and I thought she played with a ton of confidence, and she kind of fed off of her teammates in some really positive ways. And her and Paige in a pick and roll is really hard to defend. And then getting Mara coming off the lift and getting shooters and attackers just opened up our offense a lot more. I think it's added more facets to what teams have to prepare for.
Are you okay with the Twins being compared to Jamie Pickens? I mean, it's a great comparison, but they've done so much on their own that I don't know if it's needed anymore, is it?
I get why there's the comparison of it. She obviously was a great player for Helena High and being a two-time Gatorade Player of the Year and stuff. I think that inadvertently there's always going to be that comparison. And I think that it's a compliment to them instead of a negative thing. They've obviously had a ton of success on the volleyball court, on the basketball court. They have cemented their own legacy, based on who they are. I think it just puts them in really solid company of, being recognized and acknowledged with, another great player from our area. So I think when people make that comparison, it's more out of a complimentary thing of, they're in good company and not necessarily a comparison of who is better or that sort of thing.
Katie Garcin-Forba, our guest here, Capital Girls coach, Jason Walker Show. Speaking of Monday, it was football hangover day. What did you think of the game?
Well, considering that I had to do some contact tracing during the game I'm assuming you're talking about Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I spent half the game working on contact tracing because of the COVID stuff. So,
You didn't miss much, I'm told.
The food, yeah, no, I mean, it was fine. It was, I don't know. Is it bad that you just kind of expect Tom Brady to win those games now?
I know.
He's just so good, and and it's not that Mahomes isn't a great player and that the Chiefs aren't a great team, but I just feel like Brady knows how to get it done so consistently in Super Bowl that it was, I don't know, it was a little bit underwhelming. It wasn't like it was a great game. There was some good plays, but yeah, I mean, it was fine. We had a couple close friends over and kept our gathering small and just kind of enjoyed having company. But other than that, I mean, the game was fine. I don't know. I'm not a huge NFL fan, so I don't know that I can really speak super educated about it.
You're becoming more and more one of my favorite people on this earth because I'm not an NFL guy either, but I haven't been since probably before you were born. So
really, just don't enjoy it.
No, I just haven't.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but I got just tired of the crap in the 90s, and it's continued.
Yeah, it's a little bit underwhelming to me. I mean, really, I'd rather watch college.
Yep. Yeah.
The atmosphere. I feel the same way about the NBA, though. I love college basketball. NBA, I'll watch it, but it's just a little bit underwhelming to me.
Yeah.
So, same with the NFL. It's not like I was super excited for the Super Bowl or that I was, really geared up for it. I just, my husband's a big fan. He has a fantasy football team, all of that. I think he's a sports fan. Anything sports he's got to be a fan of. But for me, I probably watched maybe half of a game this year before the Super Bowl. So it's just not my thing.
Halftime show. Thoughts?
It was, again, a little underwhelming. I don't know. I compare everything to some of the previous artists that they've had. Tom Petty. You're not going to beat that.
Prince was the best.
Prince?
Yeah.
Oh, Prince was phenomenal. And so, I felt like this is kind of, it's more of the high school age music, the TikTok genre of things, which, it's just, it was fine, but I can tell you that I was enjoying the ribs that my husband just took on the Traeger way more. So that was...
See, now we're talking. Now we're going to have to have a competition because my Traeger ribs are the best in the world. So nobody can compare.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to let him know that that's a statement that you made because he would probably strongly disagree with that. We'll have to compare recipes and see what you do.
Well, I'm not giving my recipe out, but I'll make them for you. But see,
okay.
I do mine dry, and then you can add sauce if you want. So I invented my own sauce recipe and my own rub. Yeah.
He has his own rub, but he does the dry rub and then he finishes it with the sauce near the end. It's kind of a mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait to have that comparison. So.
Yeah, we'll do a blind taste test.
Definitely. Katie Garcin-Forba joining us. All right. I mentioned you got a lot of games coming up in a short amount of time. And it starts this weekend with two pretty good teams in Sentinel and Big Sky.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We go to Big Sky, -20 degrees tomorrow on the bus. That'll be cool. We're excited for that trip. But no, Big Sky, they're competitive. He's got them playing. Their team plays really hard. We, have to be prepared for the sets that they like to run. They've got two players that are scoring either in double digits or close, and we have a size advantage we have to look to. And then we turn around and have Sentinel, who's a very good team, and they're very athletic. I don't think they have as much depth as we do, but they're starting to play really solid basketball right now. So that's a big one for us for sure.
I know you guys don't want to look ahead to next Tuesday, which is the big one, but is it hard not to? I mean, let's be honest. Big Sky and Sentinel are not nearly on the same level as Hellgate here.
It's hard not to, especially because we spent all last Friday working on Hellgate. And then, so the girls, I mean, hopefully that all sticks in their heads because, we broke down all their stuff. But no, I mean, I think the girls are excited. I think that it has a little different feel now that we're going to have some sort of a state tournament, and it's not going to just be like a playoff series state tournament. So I think, the urgency is there, but it's a different feel to it for sure. I think they're excited because it's always going to be a good game. Rob and I talk pretty frequently just about different stuff during the season, and we always look forward to them coming here, and we've obviously got some revenge that we need to get back from earlier in the year. So I think it'll be a fun matchup. We're a different looking team than we were game 2, and they will be too. So it'll be fun just to see. And I think I've said it before. It's kind of like a chess match with them. And who's going to make what move, and how do you adjust?
So it's like Gino and Pat Summitt coaching against each other.
A little bit without the animosity. I don't think that there's not the amount of hatred there.
That is true, which is kind of sad. And I'm not a Gino guy. I was a Pat guy. So.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Speaking of college basketball, you didn't respond to my tweet yesterday.
No, I must not have seen it.
Because Duke lost to Notre Dame, so they're under 500 for the first time since November 22nd, 1995 or 98, something like that.
Awesome.
But Kentucky's 5-12. I'll throw that out there for you.
That's what's keeping me going at this point. Really, I mean, yeah, that is what's giving me a little bit of life. It was funny because Stuart Davis and I were laughing before our game after I did my radio interview with him. How bad? You're so bad this year. It's laughable now. And then you sent me that tweet, and that'll make you feel really good too. So I don't know. I haven't loved our team for a couple of years now, and I feel that way about this team. And there's a lot of extenuating circumstances because of COVID and everything, but we just Duke sucks right now, and that breaks my heart.
I'm gonna clarify for those who may have just tuned in. She's talking about Duke when she says, I haven't loved our team for a couple of years now.
I love our Capital team. Yes, thank you for the clarification.
Duke,
I love our Capital Bill.
Oh, man. As you're saying that, I'm like, somebody's just tuning in going, wait a sec.
Yep.
They won state last year. Why does she not like her team? They're 6-1.
Yeah, there goes the hate mail starts. And I'm like, what are they talking about? No, I love the Lady Bruins. The Duke Blue Devils have been underwhelming and unsatisfactory this year.
Would you rather have had the Duke women continue their season instead of canceling, or had the Duke men canceled when the women did?
I honestly think this year I would have liked to see the women continue to have a season because I think that they're going to continue to improve as a program. And I'm excited for what's to come. And they were already just competing more in games, and I don't know. I was disappointed in that one just because I think the future is really bright for that program, and with how the men are playing, and I'd tune into more of the women's games, I think.
Today is cream cheese brownie day.
Ooh.
Just saying.
No, my team is not going to bring me cream cheese brownies.
They're not going to bring you.
But they already requested crumble cookies after our game tomorrow.
Okay.
So.
What was your husband's dessert?
What was his dessert?
On Sunday. So he makes the ribs, which aren't as good as mine, we've decided. But but does he do a dessert spread for the game too, or what?
The friends that we had over brought a peanut butter pie.
Ooh.
It was delightful. It was, yeah. So they brought dessert, and he was in charge of the ribs and the main course. And I gotta say, any wife out there that's listening, buy your husband a Traeger because you will never cook again. That is the best investment I have ever made because, I mean, it was 10 degrees out, 5 degrees out, and he's out there in his overalls and his hat, and he's just Traegering away. And I'm like, I don't have to worry about it. It's the greatest investment ever.
I'm going to give you some I'll send you some recipes, but not my ribs. But okay. I will tell you, Texas cowboy shrimp is really good.
Oh, have you had Caribbean jerk shrimp?
We have not done that one.
Do that with and do like a shrimp taco.
Ooh, I like that.
Delicious.
I like that. Yep. Have you done the stuffed or the homemade Sloppy Joe's stuffed green pepper?
No.
That's really good.
Okay. I'll have to try that. We'll try that one.
So you have you do the meat obviously on the stove, but then you put them in the green pepper. You cover it with cheese. It's got all sorts of stuff in it, jalapenos and and then you just put the green pepper right there on the Traeger.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll remember that one. Yeah, that sounds like a good one. Yeah, send me that recipe.
I'll send you that one.
Okay.
I've got a couple of really good ones that I've done. Flank steak is pretty good.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah. But the recipe I use, it's a cocoa crusted.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Have you done? We do a chicken cordon bleu.
I'm not a chicken cordon bleu fan. I'm not really a chicken.
I'm not
guy.
either. I'm telling you, I'm not either. Changed my life.
Really?
It was one of those where you make the chicken real thin. You got to hammer it out. And my husband is very frugal. I can't call him cheap. He's very frugal, so he won't buy. I always tell him we have two jobs. We're both working. Just buy the little $5 hammer that you need. But so he finally got the little meat mallet, and so you get it real thin, and then you get prosciutto with some good aged Swiss cheese, and then roll it up in that, and then you do some breading on the outside. Oh, I'm not a chicken cordon bleu fan at all. And when he told me he was making that one night, I was like, really? That what? I don't like that. It's probably my favorite Traeger recipe. It's not like ribs or something like that.
Wow, I like it.
Yeah.
I'll have to give it a try.
It's worthwhile.
The only other time I've ever had chicken cordon bleu was when I won the Easter Seals free throw shooting contest, and I got to have pregame dinner with the Grizz over in Missoula, and it was chicken cordon bleu, and it was the most disgusting thing I've ever had. Probably also because it was eating with the Grizz.
Yeah. That's probably not your favorite thing. No, I'm telling you, it is one of the favorite things that he makes, and I've never been a chicken cordon bleu fan, and it is phenomenal.
Well, I look forward to sharing some recipes because this could be a fun summer. It's not like you do anything in the summer anyway. So,
right.
Just kidding. Good luck. Good luck this week. Make the girls. They got to bring you something. I gotta text some of them. I'm gonna get a hold of a couple of them and make sure they bring you something.
We'll see, Len. We'll see if they actually do it. That's gonna be the kicker.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, we'll circle back next week on that one.
All right. Well, you'll have 3 games between now and our next conversation. I expect a 3-0 record, and we'll talk some more food recipes next week.
Sounds like a plan.
That is Katie Garcin-Forba. She is the Capital Girls coach, and she is awesome, joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. That's what she said today, brought to you by Dinners Done Right. Speaking of dinners, take all the workout. February, we were just talking about shrimp with Coach Garcin-Forba. Dinners Done Right has a pina colada shrimp. Now, I first got turned on to this, 2014 or 15, but it was before we got married, but it was the wife's birthday, and I went and got pina colada shrimp. I made it for her, and that's been her birthday dinner basically every year since, is for pina colada shrimp from Dinners Done Right. February's menu also includes pizza empanadas, an Italian sausage lasagna. You have to try that one. Sweet and sour meatballs, a fiesta meatloaf. You got some chicken dishes in there as well. Ooh, chicken cordon bleu. There you go. Dinners Done Right in Helena. DinnersDoneRight.com. Good stuff. All right, on this day in history, let's hop to it. It is February the 10th. It is Home Warranty Day, Umbrella Day, and Cream Cheese Brownie Day. And this date, 1920, baseball outlaws all pitches involving tampering with the ball. 1992, Bonnie Blair wins the 1992 Olympics, the first gold medal for U.S. In speed skating. She used to train down at Butte at the high altitude complex. 1905, happy birthday, Walter Brown. born in Massachusetts, the original owner of the Boston Celtics and a very important figure in the development of ice hockey here in the U.S. 1906, a famous, all great, oh my goodness, how good was he? Let's see, do I have the picture of him? I don't know. I'll have to pull it up. John Cat Thompson was born on this date in 1906, an all-time great Bobcat. And he was born, like I said, in 1906. He played on the greatest basketball team, according to Sports Illustrated, of the 21st century, the 1929 Bobcats, who won the national championship that year. But happy birthday to John Cat Thompson. Here, we'll get a picture up real quick. I should just leave it up. Where is it? Here we go. You'd think I'd have been prepared. Who does that? Who prepares on this show? Especially because I'm the only one that does. All right, here we go. John Cat Thompson. That is him back in his playing days. He was ripped. Look at that. Pipes. Sun's out, guns out. The old style ball, man. That's awesome. But happy birthday to him. Also, happy birthday to Mark Spitz, born on this date in 1950. Won a record 7 golds in 1972. Then a record. It is Greg Norman's birthday, the Shark, born in 1955, the Australian golfer. And it is Lexi Thompson's birthday. Love Lexi Thompson, born on this date in 1995. And she is a fantastic golfer. All right, so we showed you the Gorilla Glue picture. We'll show it to you again here while we get ready for next. If you don't know what we're talking about, Google Gorilla Glue Girl, and that picture from There's Something About Mary is hilarious.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
All right. Wanted to show you this too. So I got this sent to me. Remember we talked about the Super Bowl halftime show the other day? You know what? We'll save it for tomorrow. We're going to save it for tomorrow. Okay? But let's do the walk-off. Special thanks to Jeff Heimel for joining us. We heard from Bobcat head football coach Brent Vigen at the top of the show at his opening press conference. And Katie Garcin-Forba. If you missed anything, including food talk, go to jasonwalkershow.com. Standing by Wes Keller down at Rocky. And if you want to continue to weigh in, you can at JWalkerSports on the Twitter. Email Jason at jasonwalkershow.com. It's a travesty what's going on down in Billings at Rocky Mountain College. Got some players that can't handle abrasive coaching. We'll talk more about it tomorrow here on the show. Also tomorrow, Ali Colleen will join us. Sarah Chalich will join us. Ali Colleen, up-and-coming country star with a famous dad. But we're not going to talk about Garth. We're going to talk about Ali Colleen tomorrow. We'll see you at 4 right here on The Jason Walker Show. Have yourself a great Wednesday.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.